Knowing next year about how COD Champs etc. is going to be run, 18 plus, this is their world championship. This is what they have to play for, essentially. A huge prize pool. These are three of the hungriest players you're going to see, and they're going toe to toe against each other. Hardpoint compound, map number 1, over to the casters, Maven and Mr. X.
Thank you, Benson, Teep, and Chance. Excellent analysis as always. Let's get underway here with game number 1, kicking things off with the young gun Hook, as he is going to open up with a 2-piece, already clearing the hard point.
I am excited for this series.
Me
I
too.
have not seen Denial play all weekend long. Obviously, the 16-0 map count.
It's a pretty good map. We're talking like 2001 Lakers right now.
Right. I haven't seen them play all weekend, but I'm excited. I felt like Classic, one of the more underrated players in all Call of Duty. We talked about it a little bit before, me and you, off camera pre-game, but every tournament he seems to just make it to Sunday to the Final Four. Falls a little bit short, but I agree with Teep. Perfect addition to this Denial squad.
Now, I want you to walk me through. I was watching you. I found the sheet that had our best of 7 map counts as you were relaying it there so kindly to Benson. But I saw you jot down who was going to take the maps. You started to break it down. I'd like you to tell me what team you marked down at 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I think Denial keeps the streak going. I think this map, sub-dominant map, plays right into Hook, Temp, and Classic strengths. Then you go over to the next map. It's going to be a Detroit S&D. I like Denial's just team composition, search and destroy. Nicky D brings a lot in that game mode. Biolab uplink. Game mode that's pretty fast-paced. I think you can slow down. These first 4 maps don't really favor Octane at all. Like, Octane's the big player that eLevate added.
Yeah, you want a parliament or a retreat.
A retreat. You want something a little bit longer, a little bit slower. And these first maps don't really stack to his strengths. But right now, eLevate with a 10-point lead, growing it more now. Going to be 3rd and 4th hill that really matter on this map, though.
All right, well, we're getting close to that. 20 seconds left until we're going to kick it into our 3rd hardpoint. Now, you mentioned that, why they're so important. Let's start with the 3rd hardpoint. Why is that where it kicks off? Why is that where a team can really start to pull away?
You can spawn the opposing team out so far away, and then they have just that one alley with the rocks that they have to go through to get control of it. TJ Halley picks up 2 big kills on the hardpoint. On rotation, though, it's going to make it a 2v2 for this hill coming up. Saint's going to pick up 1 in the hardpoint as a teammate, killing players out on rocks with the AR, and it's going to be eLevate able to control this. Saints picks up another 2, currently on a 5 streak as eLevate opens up this lead. But what's important about the 3rd hill, obviously you can take a ton of time here. Yeah, you have the 4th hill. You have the spawns for the 4th hill as well. So this, you really get 2
really
hills
easy
for
transition
1 here.
to get on to the 4th. And, a guy I'm going to be watching a lot, at least from the side of eLevate, 13-9 right now with Saints, and I talked about it there during the preliminary. A lot of us always talk about what a great Slayer is, how consistent he is, but he hasn't really been getting great finishes in this game. Didn't get great finishes in Ghost, but towards the end of games, for whatever reason, he finds himself on a team, they throw it together, they just need a talented guy, and he comes up clutch. I really see this eLevate team making a deep run.
Saints is a player, he's a Slayer that you can plug into any lineup, right? He's going to be consistent. He's really good at baiting his teammates, not exactly that great at switching, but, he puts up numbers. And that's the type of player that eLevate needed. They need him to play consistent. It's taking him a little bit of time to adjust to this lineup as we go through that 4th hill.
Well, you can see, look at the 2 players from the Nile.
Yeah.
You wonder, why are they so close to the hardpoint? It's already rotated, because you mentioned you're still going to want to hold that spawn. That is where you're going to want to be spawning from to try and push this 4th hardpoint. It's going to be early control here to eLevate. Classic comes flying in, able to get 1 before he's going to fall. Nate comes in from Octane, able to answer back there with Haley, pick up a couple off of Denial. But let's watch Hook, again, the young gun, the young phenom. He's been playing so well throughout the year. His movement, absolutely unreal. He gets 1, tries to get up and get 2. Look at the bottom left of your screen. It is all Denial on the kill feed. They're ripping and roaring, able to get a break.
And it's interesting, they didn't practice really that much at all, admittedly, by Splasher. Coming to this event, he had school, other commitments from other players, didn't really put too much time in. But sometimes it ends up working in your favor. I'm not saying
we're 11 months into the game.
A lot.
You don't need to grind it every day. It's much, I think.
AW is a lot of teamwork and gun skill. This team has the gun skill. All I have to do is just switch for each other, and it's really just common teamwork. It's not too complicated. You just got to be able to bait and switch for your teammates, pick up those big kills. We're going to go to this 5th hill now. eLevate going to control it early. An interesting storyline. Can Denial win COD Champs and then Worlds? The 2 world events this year would be kind of crazy. Different rosters.
2 biggest ones of the year, obviously completely different rosters. But, you talk about the need for other orgs to pop up in Call of Duty, to get more brand recognition. When you think about Call of Duty, really what pops to mind right away, you talk Optic Gaming, you talk FaZe. And even though Denial has 1 COD Champs, I still don't think it's there from a recognition standpoint. The more big wins they get, absolutely the better to put them there at the top of the pinnacle with these teams.
Year as well.
Yeah,
I mean, they've been in the top 4 to 5 in almost every tournament. strong performances regardless of the roster. And right now, they have the lead here early against Denial. You look Classic, the new addition, 11 and 20. At this point in the game, not playing too well. Gonna need him to step up in the second half. And then on the other side, we're eLevate. You're getting a good game out of Saints here early. Octane 21 and 15. Really, adjusting his play style with the bow. You thought maybe after that loss to Envy in pool play, was he rattled a little bit? No, his confidence going against his former team. A lot of talk back and forth between him and Cap. Is that going to make him waver through the rest of this tournament? Has not shown here at all.
That's what'll be funny to watch. eLevate obviously been playing very well. Envy rolling too, but Envy just historically lately they've done well on Saturday, Sunday. Well, I should say they do well on Friday, Saturday. Late Saturday, sometimes Sunday, they start to really falter. It's like they're in winner's bracket, then bang, bang, they're out. Will eLevate be able to handle that loss a little bit more effectively than Envy when it gets to that point? Eventually, one of these teams I think are going to lose here, but we'll see. They might be able to pull the whole way.
Denial creeping back into this one. Maven Hook on a 4 streak. 18 seconds left on this first hardpoint. Anytime they get here is a huge plus for Denial as we see this split a lot of times. They're putting a lot of pressure on Octane, not letting him getting set up. They're in that middle building, able to shoot directly across, and it looks like they're going to tie this one up going into hill number 2. So all the work that eLevate did in the first half of the game goes for naught as Denial comes back and takes the lead.
There it is, 5-point advantage right now, 3:45 on the clock. Got a fresh hard point here. Let's see how they decide to play this one out. The man that's going to be set up kind of at the edge here is going to be Hook. He's prone, tries to pop up, get some action, and sees some teammates falling around. I'm not really able to get anything done effectively. Slack will be next in. He's like, hey, I'm just going to push forward, try to pick up a kill. I've got nowhere to go. There's grenades flying behind me. There's 3 in front of me. At least able to get a kill there before
Look at
falling.
how far TJ spawns from the hill. And look at the route that he has to run to get anywhere near it. Hook able to cut him off right away. And Denial starting to click here. Maven, nope, they haven't talked about it either. Classic going up against his forward team. He leaves eLevate for Denial to open up that spot for Octane. Obviously, both teams very successful since the move just last month. Now going into the third hill, though, here in the second rotation, it's going to be a big gun battle over on the bottom side of your mini-map. You have Slasher or Denial over there early. He's going to pick up one. There's still one player lingering in the back for eLevate. It's going to be TJ. Going to pick up one. But the hill not in control to eLevate, and I like the decision by TJ.
There's 6 people within the hill here. They're flying, they're standing on each other's head. There's a team kill as well, Matt.
I love the decision by TJ there. A lot of players would have just pushed into the hill, tried to fight for it right away, stayed there, played for the spawn for his team as soon as they started to pop up. Then he challenged it, and now eLevate takes it back. And for a player, of his age to be able to make that smart of a play mid-game, you can just see the talent that these young guys have.
Well, he is playing out of his mind right now. Saints getting a 2-piece, so he's on a 4 streak. I was going to switch over. He got to 5 right before he fell, doing a great job covering his teammates here. Octane's in, trying to reload, going to fall. That is Hook busting in with the 3-piece. He's 29 and 29, leading all players right now, I believe, in engagements on his side. Just doing a really good job effectively pushing the hardpoint. He's got 8 captures to go with that, only trailing to Saints with 9.
And I don't want to say Denial gave this away, but they get to this hardpoint first, and then eLevate with that smart play by TJ, able to just control these spawns, able to break it right away, and now they're going to be able to control the 4th hill as well. Could this be Denial's first map loss of the tournament? You figured it would happen eventually. This series against eLevate having a very strong first compound hardpoint.
And you got to feel great. Again, I think it was Puckett that mentioned, how could you not feel good? You're coming off a win against the best team. FaZe.
Yes.
You beat them pretty handily. You got to be feeling so strong. But again, 16-0 in map count is Denial. Can they pull together a miracle here in the egg? Because there's 90 seconds left, basically. They're trailing by 40 right now. They've got to get something going. You see them flying. There is still 25 seconds left in this hard point. Can they pick anything up? But it's still time coming in for the members of eLevate. If they can get, what, 5? No, they don't even really need more time. I know it's not technically over. 42 seconds going into the final hard point. That's going to be basically impossible to overcome, right?
It's going to be very difficult for Denial to beat this, Maven. Going to have to
rotating up first.
Over now. It's going to be Slack. And what's dangerous about eLevate is that all players can run every type of gun. They can play every type of role. Nobody is going to be out of position. You see Slack pick up one. Now going to challenge the second player. Not able to finish him off. But eLevate with a very strong map number 1 here, Maven. Barring a crazy turn of events
miracle,
here,
they can hold this entire thing. Denial can do it, but this is such an easy hard point, in my opinion, to contest. You see it getting contested there for a second, but Temp able to pick up 2, still alive right now. What, 28 seconds left to go, trailing by 25. They can't make a mistake. There basically cannot be a contest at this point. They just have to get in,
spawning very far
away
at the bottom of your mini map. If this keeps going on, we may see an impossible comeback here. Denial keep
This is
pushing them out. You
Can
see how
they do
far
it?
they are spawning
There's
out
the
here,
contest. I think
Maven.
that's all they needed, and that's just enough to get the contested. That's going to be it. Wow, what an effort there from Denial, though, to try and bring it back. They're going to fall. Is it going to be 1 point? It'll be 1, be 2 at least.
And those 2 contests.
Shorts. Woo! That's the only reason I was like, oh, this has got to be it. They needed 2 contests of like, what, 2-3 seconds is all they needed? What an effort by Denial.
You
That's
started to
best
see on the minimap how far eLevate was spawning out, and it started to get dangerous. Another wave of kills. I don't know which player it was, just jumping down from that middle structure down to the hard point, just ran around those trailers, able to contest it. And eLevate hands Denial their first map loss of the tournament. And how does Denial bounce back from that?
I'm pretty sure they only needed a total of 3 or 4 seconds contested there. But God, did they have to work for it. That was unbelievable.
That was not easy whatsoever.
I didn't want to know how much their KDs were affected just from flying at that hard point over and over. But how will they answer back? You got to think. Honestly, you know, the thing we've been talking about, the biggest thing for this team is how young they are. They have the 2 really young players. How did they react to this? But they're almost veterans at this point.
They really are. They've been playing on Sunday all year long.
At this top level. But game number 2 coming up is going to be Search and Destroy on Detroit. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back and see if Denial can bounce back in this series.